Usually Brittany's the one doing it. Okay, I guess we're live. So hello. My name is Peyton, or Peta Reads today. We got Katniss Everdeen. Okay, why is it echoing? Do y'all hear that?
Is that me?
I don't know.
Why are you, Peyton, why are you doing that?
I don't like that. Hold on.
Wait, I don't hear it now, though.
Hello?
I think it was fine. What a chaotic way to start this.
This is the only way we can start a live show.
That is true. That is true.
What is it?
Oh my god.
You're beet red.
I thought it was me, so I muted myself, but I'm not sure who it is.
I don't know. I don't hear it.
I don't hear it either.
Maybe Peyton's just going crazy.
She's gotten the tracker jacker sting. I tried to make a reference.
I appreciate the effort.
I try.
Oh my god.
Okay. Do y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Are we good now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, that was cute. I felt like I was going crazy, like,
I think you were.
Finnick and Annie, and sorry, Annie, but
we're jumping ahead. Oh my goodness, we're only on the Hunger Games page.
I know, I have like 5 pages of notes.
Who said to us we are only focusing on the first?
I know, I only have notes that is for the Hunger Games today, but you know, it's difficult. But we're here today to talk about the Hunger Games for our little book club. Oh my god, I'm so jealous that you have that.
You don't have it?
I don't have it yet. I know.
Damn.
I haven't gotten it yet. I would really like it.
It's beautiful.
My other copies are for Christmas.
My other copies are in storage. So I got this one for Christmas. It's the only one I've got with me. I'm sure I could have found the other ones, but it's
Did
so
you
pretty.
read from that one for the reread?
I did.
That's so cool.
Oh my god, it was beautiful. Like, look at them.
Oh my goodness. I've like went through it in the bookstore, but I have not.
Me too.
Got to experience
it.
You did.
Peter.
It looks like hearts.
Oh my god.
Coming through.
No, it was so much fun. Like, it really added to the experience. I was kind of sad because originally I wanted to read my annotated copies and then like re-annotate them, but they're in storage. But this was like a nice, you know.
I like to annotate them as well, and I had it ready to go, and then I did not do it.
I was also gonna annotate, and I was like, I'm gonna listen to my audiobook, and then I finished it so quickly.
Damn, I had the audiobook as a backup, but then I remembered I got that for Christmas. So
I've been audiobooking while physically reading, so I read this in one day because it's sped up. I can't read as fast as some people, so it was helping me like really flip them pages, but it was an experience because I actually sometimes I'll lay down while listening to an audiobook because I'm tired, my head hurts or something. And it was like 3 a.m. and I was listening to Kato get ripped apart, and then I had nightmares about it. So I just moved to the end while I was like lulling myself to sleep.
It's beautiful.
So magical.
Good. Super magical. That is something I want to talk about, but that's towards the end. So we're not going to do that just yet. But look, there's some people that got it for Christmas. I was hoping to get it for Christmas. Nobody has got it for me for Christmas. So
yeah, I think it was too much to ask for Caden to do it as part of your 12 days of Christmas, but
he
that
did.
would have been iconic.
It was pretty good, and I do have Barnes & Noble gift cards, so I'm like ready to go.
Oh my god, do it.
Wait, okay, thank you for saying that, because I got a box lunch gift card, and they are selling that book there.
Are they
for some
really?
reason.
Oh.
So, thank you.
I didn't know that they sold books there. Maybe I'm just.
It's only like fandom stuff. Like they've sold Heartstopper before,
Oh,
but
I do love that store.
I do too. I go there for the Funko Pops. Oh, yeah. Some people did not know about this. I feel like maybe they should have marketed it better, but
they really should have.
because are they gonna do it for all of them? They haven't really.
That's what I was wondering.
Oh my god. This is the man that gave me the gift card. Thank you.
Thank you for that gift card.
But no, it's seriously so
Oh.
stunning. And like under the
It
dust
is.
bracket.
Oh my goodness.
Beautiful.
Love
They
it.
really need to redo the covers. Because
Well,
that is
I love these. I love these. I do not love the two new ones. And I don't feel like that's an unpopular opinion. I feel like we all kind of agree that it's ugly.
Mhm.
But once again, that's not what we're talking about today. It's for the future. Okay. So before we get started, how many times have y'all each read this book?
Oh my.
I think 3 times for me.
3 times.
Look at you. It's the
Oh my god.
You didn't even mean to do that. That's iconic.
I love that. It's perfect.
Oh, I have
Let's
no
Try to
idea.
guess how many times Peyton has read it.
4,
Oh, okay.
which is a lot for me. Like I know some people they'll read things like 12 times. I have never done that. I think this is the most I've ever read a book ever.
That's crazy.
I
Can't
was not
relate.
a rereader as a kid.
I'm a chronic rereader. I have
So
a
you
friend.
might beat me.
I have a friend who was obsessed with the Hunger Games. Okay, so our teacher read this book to us in 6th grade, I think. And he read it to us. She became obsessed with it, bought her own copies, or I think I actually bought her the first book, but whatever. So she had her own copies, and she would read the books 1 to 3, and then the second she was done Mockingjay, she would go right back to the first book. And our teacher used to make fun of her for it. It was so funny. He's like, "Didn't you just finish the series?" She's like, "Yeah, back to book 1." And I'm like, "That's wild."
You get something new out of it every single time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I have highlights from different rereads. There'll be a different color.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
I'll be highlighting things that I'm like, I cannot believe I didn't highlight that. You know, like
Yeah.
something will speak to me that for whatever reason it didn't do that last time. So it hits different.
That's like me with Addie LaRue. I just reread that and re-annotated it, and I was like, why was this not highlighted? Why didn't I make a comment on this?
Honestly, you could just highlight the whole book. But
Yeah, truly.
this is
Guys, we're not there yet.
That's
I'm
crazy.
always there. A lot of my notes were just like page numbers to like prove my point that he means something. He was a valid active member into them surviving. He wasn't just a random weirdo that didn't help at all. And one that he's just the superior person for her. But
Absolutely.
Yeah, he's also just a great character.
Oh yeah.
and that's
So
something I wanted
cool.
to mention is book PETA versus movie PETA is like astronomically better.
Mm-hmm.
And it hurts my feelings that some people never even read the books and experience like his sass and just his like vibrant personality. He calls her sweetheart and stuff because he mocking her because
I forgot that was a thing, and I got to it, and I was like, we all know how much I love a cute little nickname.
I know
And like on its own, that's not like a cute little nickname, but it's because Haymitch called her it that was like, oh, this hits. It's so
I
good.
tried to annoy her with it. He is funnier.
Oh,
He's
so
so
funny.
much funnier.
There's so many good lines in there where I'm like, PETA, what are you doing?
No,
Yeah.
I still
And
think he's good in the movies, but it's just not. It could have been.
Yeah. Like we all have been sending each other this Twitter accounts tweets, but I think there was something where they were like, Josh Hutcherson did the best he can, and I was
Yes,
like, yeah.
He used what he had.
Mhm.
Yeah.
to the best of his
Mo-
ability.
You know, movie PETA is still good, but I think it's only good because Josh Hutcherson made it good. You know.
Yes,
Yes.
real facts.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I feel someone else probably could have been PETA and done it well, but
Don't say that.
I know. I'm just thinking, there's other people in this world that probably could have done it, but I'm like, no one could have done it and been such an important bitch in my life because the Josh Hutcherson renaissance of our childhood,
Oh yes.
you know, like he was in every little childhood movie, and then he upgraded to the YA adaptation. So we already knew him. Like, I think he was the most famous, at least younger actor in the movie.
Yeah.
Obviously, Donald Sutherland was already really famous, and what's his face? Haymitch.
Woody Harrelson.
Yeah, but like the younger, like he was the most distinguished person.
Yeah, that like the younger people would recognize as well too.
Yeah, so because they've casted people that, I mean, what have they done since? You know, there's a couple people you haven't really seen them since. So,
and I feel like
Or a
some
lot of
people
the,
got
the
popular
ensemble.
after.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly, Brittany.
very true.
Like, do you guys remember the time, I think it was at Comic-Con maybe 2 years ago, where Jack Quaid got a video from Amanda Stenberg just being like, I forgive you for shooting me?
Oh my god, I think I did see that.
I forgot about that.
Oh, that
Ooh.
scene, oh my god. You know,
That scene in the book, too.
yeah. Yeah, we already getting there. Oh god.
Sorry, guys, we're all over the place.
I do want to say. Okay, so we're reading this now because last time I read this was probably 2019 or 2020 when I knew that the ballad was coming. So I was looking at it through a lens of the Capitol and really focusing on President Snow. Now I'm looking at it through the lens of Haymitch and like everything with District 12. So I don't know if y'all got anything that y'all noticed a little bit extra about Haymitch, or I don't know, just the excitement that there even is another thing. Because last time I was like, I can't believe I'm reading this and there's another thing, and now I'm reading it again. I'm like, there's another thing. Like there's theories that can come about. And yeah, so I was like noticing the times that they had Haymitch when at the beginning, I mean, he's a drunk dude, like he's a mess, you know, and he falls off the stage and like
I forgot that was a thing.
Yeah, he falls off the stage and it becomes like a capital funny moment that they keep replaying on the TV. And I forgot about that moment being important for giving Katniss like a moment where it wasn't on her, so she could take a deep breath and just like collect herself. And it kind of connects to that quote that the only quote that we got from the book, the new book, about like, I don't want them to use my tears for their entertainment. And like, she was trying to school her face to be bored the same way that he tries to do. They're just so linked, them two. So yeah, I'm just blabbing. I'm just so excited to like see what the heck they're gonna do with him because I'm so emotional about it. I'm so
it's like how like now we get to see his life like go so bad because we know kind of like that he's been traumatized like every Victor ever, like
25 years of just sending people off to die, and no one like ever lives until them. So it's so depressing.
yeah. And then also okay, do we know? No, because she disappeared. I was just like, oh, is Lucy gonna be his? But she's gone, right?
It's like an ominous ending with her on like, did she die, did she escape?
Right.
I don't
Who is
know.
Haymitch's mentor? Is it just like another person from the Capitol, like when Snow was like when they were all mentors?
All I know is there was one other female that won before him, and that they knew of. So,
Oh, so
and it was
Lucy.
not meant to be Lucy. Lucy was forgotten in
Oh.
history, so they didn't think about her. If I'm right,
Ooh.
someone will correct me, I'm sure, if I'm wrong.
That
So
makes
but
sense, though.
there was like an older lady that she was like close to death, from my understanding. So maybe she was there, but if not, like you would assume it'd probably be the capital person because there's not really anybody.
Do we know when the mentors started being the district people, like the one that won the Hunger Games, like when it made that switch from the capital people?
I'm not sure. I feel
Maybe
like,
that will be answered. Maybe.
it could have been answered in the ballad. I'm not sure because
Yeah,
like it became a whole mess. But I've only read that one once. So
that's wild.
Woggy-
I've read it twice.
That's crazy.
So I listened to the audiobook, I think, before the movie came out.
Okay, so yeah, I wanted to do that and then I didn't, and then I went and saw the movie. So it was the plan.
Yeah, I listened to the audiobook. If I hadn't, I wouldn't have had the time to do it. I actually didn't mind the audiobook. I know somebody mentioned the audiobook earlier in the comments, but it was actually good. I liked it.
I remember like the night that the book was coming out, like the night before, they released some sort of audiobook snippet. So I enjoyed that. And then I think one of my libraries like got the book in at midnight. So I started listening to it on audiobook. Like that's how I read the first couple chapters. So I enjoyed it as well. And I think I'm gonna do what I did with this for all of them, like physically read it, but also hear it. Because I don't know, the sensory overload, it really hits you.
It locks you in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I did that with Caraval. It was good.
Katniss says there have been exactly 2 victors, and Suzanne has confirmed that line refers to Lucy Gray. I knew he would correct me. Thank you.
See, it
Okay.
does feel like the District 12 people would be more aware of Lucy than anyone else, like any other district or any of the capital people. I feel like maybe she's more forgotten farther out, you know?
Yeah.
That would
I
make
feel
sense.
like District 12 would know their own. They would have like little whisper channels.
And we know her songs carried, so they're there.
The impact, it lasts.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Important to note for those who, I don't know, are casual in the Hunger Games, which I doubt it if you're here, but Mockingjay pin. I want to talk about how the movies ruined such a perfect thing that we could have had. Yes, you got the pin.
Damn, well, I got the necklace. Look at us. I don't have the original pin. I only have the Mockingjay version of the pin. The Mockingjay movie one. So sad.
Oh, we'll have to find you that.
Yeah.
I worn mine today, but I just did my shirt.
I
What?
wore my Hunger Games Ballad sweater.
Shit, what was I saying?
The
the
Mockingjay
movie.
pin.
Yeah, so we do know that the Mockingjay pin from the book was given to her by Madge, who they completely deleted from the movies.
Rest in
And,
peace, Madge.
like, I know we have been fighting for her life for years, saying she should have been in the movies. Like, what
Justice.
a friendship. But now, for real, she should have been in the movies because this Mockingjay pin belonged to her aunt, who was in the 50th Hunger Games with Haymitch. And we could have
Oh, right. My memory is so bad.
circle moment. Justice for Madge. Thank you.
Start the hashtag.
Justice for her.
Because people don't even know who she is. So, yes, people who only watch the movies don't know who Madge or Mace Donner are.
So sad.
I know. So read the freaking books. Like, I preach it to the world. There's so much in there. If you enjoyed the movies at all, like, you would absolutely love the books. What just happened?
Caden's comment.
What did he say?
Hello,
I couldn't hear myself on the giant TV. I feel like there was some weird situation going on because my headphones were like,
Maybe that's, yeah.
headphones were like repeating everything, and then I was hearing that out there, and then there was me.
Oh my
And I was
god.
like, I have
Chaos.
a little bit of ADHD, so that's why I had to have a moment right there.
Like, I didn't even see that it was from Caden. Like, I just read the comment. I was like, oh, that's nice. And then I saw it was Kaden, and I was like, oh.
Yes, man. Seriously, we have this huge ass TV, so I don't want to think about my face on it right now. Okay.
Oh yeah, we were talking about the Mockingjay pin, right? Oh man.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, this is what I was gonna say, was they'll have to be creative on how to connect to Mockingjay pin, because they had Greasy Say give it to her in a movie. Which, like, they still could fix it. It would take a little bit of explaining, like, how it got in the market. Because why would Madge give up her aunt's item that was important to her?
Right.
Don't get.
That'll be interesting.
I did not allow him in the live stream. You don't have a YouTube channel, so make one and you can join.
Technically, he could just burst in the room. What's stopping him?
You could just be like,
Currently playing a video game with my sister. So they having fun. We having fun. Okay.
Can I just say first, before we get into it deeper, that I just love your setup right now, Peyton. The lights.
Thank you. Thank you.
So cute. My library's not set up yet. I'm so sad.
I'm so excited to see what your library becomes. Because moving is like it's stressful, but it's so fun to have a fresh start. So
I mean, I'm keeping the same bookshelves. I'm not switching it up as much as you did. I've got the same shelves.
I did switch it up. I was
I'm just
like,
buying more.
me. But yeah.
Yeah.
You can have, I don't know, a different decor, you know?
Oh, yeah. I'm excited.
You got a
Plans. They're coming together. Videos of it will be made.
Super excited. Okay. Do y'all have any major things that y'all want to get off your chest from this book? Or do you want me to just take it away?
You can take it away. I
you
think
can take it
I'm
away
okay.
and then we'll go on our
Yeah, I feel
Run
like
it.
Peyton is like the end all be all here of like the three of us of like knowing what's what, and we're just gonna be like, yeah, you're so right, and then like move on. We're
Okay.
just here. This is really Peyton's live show. We're just her accessory.
I mean,
just here for support.
I appreciate the support because I love this book. And I know
No, I
y'all
love it too.
I know y'all do too. But it's just crazy rereading this shit. And like people were dogging on these books in the past, acting like they weren't actually something. And then people still angry that there even is spin-offs. And I'm like, why do the other people get to do this? Like,
You love to bring up Cassandra Clare, and like, why
I
does
love to bring up Cassandra Clare. She got 15,000 Shadowhunter books, and she's still going. You know?
Well, I think it's
She can
because it's like ingrained in people's heads that like that's just what she does. That like she just has all these series that connect, and like it just keeps on going. Where like it feels like it was initially planned, even though it probably wasn't. Whereas like these books kind of feel like they came out of nowhere, especially since there was such a huge gap between Mockingjay and Ballad. So like I get it, but also like I'm not mad about it. I'm not mad about it.
I'm not mad about it because I feel like she has always said that she would not say anything or write something if there wasn't a message behind it. And like if you read the book, and I have one of the really early copies of it, it says that she wants to explore the effects of war and violence on those coming of age. Like she made it so explicitly clear that she was trying to say something with this book.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently her other series has like a similar message as well. I still haven't read it, so
I
Yeah,
saw
that
it in
one's
the
for-
back room at Indigo recently. I was like, oh my god, I got like new covers.
oh really?
Yeah. I don't remember what it looks like, but I saw it back there and I was like, oh my god, Suzanne, what you doing back here?
I know. I can't believe I haven't read them. I feel like most people.
You should do a reading vlog where you read them. I would watch.
I know. I've thought about it because they're pretty short, like middle.
They're kids. Yeah, middle
I
grade.
would watch the heck out of that.
Okay, I got a task. I got a task to do.
You got to do it just for me.
But like, oh sorry. Speaking of what Peyton said about getting young people coming of age with war, I think that's the reason why Donald Sutherland got into the movie.
Yes, I love his speech about that.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's really good. Where
we
he's
adore
like,
him. Rest in peace.
Yeah, rest in peace, dude.
I know. I'm so sad about it. Yes, strong political message. Every single book has a message. She said the ballad was coming because she was inspired by the current events. And people got mad at me for saying it was about Trump, but what else was it about? I'm so sorry. Like
Right.
that was so heavily inspired by a crazy chaotic leader, you know?
And like, what's going on in the world right now? More shitty ass things. So I feel like they're just gonna keep on coming.
We got so many problems in the world. So it's like
Oh yeah.
she has so much that she could touch on. And I was saying earlier to Kaden that if she did more, which I have no idea, but I didn't think this was gonna happen. I didn't think the other one was gonna happen. So who freaking knows? But I was like, the three options that I think it could be would be a career tribute.
That would be really interesting.
Yeah, because I mean I feel like Kato, I want to get to him, but he was such a follower. So to see someone like deconstruct what they were born into, what they were told was real, and they believed in my games. And if they go through the games and like realize towards the end, like, no, what is this for? Like, why am I doing this?
Are there any like
Yeah.
big known careers that we like could see, or is it just like any career and we like find a new character to love or maybe hate?
I feel like it's someone new because everyone else is dead. Anyone that we would have known, I feel like died.
Right, because I guess we don't know the mentors of the other.
Well, I will say, I don't know, this probably wouldn't work. I always found the sibling tributes, Glimmer and Gloss, not Glimmer and Gloss, Gloss and Cashmere.
Yeah.
Super interesting because they had like back-to-back years.
Oh yeah. We
That
learned
would
about
be
them
really
in Catching
interesting.
Fire, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
I found
That's
them
wild.
interesting because they're siblings, and I can't remember if they volunteered to go in there together or what exactly happened between them, but they still were like being the careers, even in that. Like they weren't a part of the rebellion, so they probably wouldn't work. But I found them interesting because I'm like, how are y'all siblings? And you're like,
Yeah.
down for this? Like it's so strange.
Yeah, well, it's like what Katniss says throughout the book, which I find really interesting, where she's like, that we're there. Who's the real enemy here? Like, she
Ugh,
knows that
love that.
Cato and all those careers, they're not, while looking into the eyes of all the mutts and stuff, like, they're all gonna. Oh, that's such a good moment. That was like another thing that I was like, wow, this book is really good, where they talk a lot about, there's so many characters that like specifically Yale will be like, oh, they're better than me and they know it or whatever, with like Madge or Peta. But Katniss is like, we're all going through the same thing. Like we should really be like blaming someone else that is not the other district people.
Yeah. It could do so much. So I think that would be super interesting. The other two that I thought, which I feel like we all have thought this, is Finnick and Joanna. I think Finnick would be extremely interesting because he was the youngest person to ever win. And then he did fall in love with another tribute who went crazy. So I think that would be super interesting. And then the other one that I think could be interesting is Joanna, obviously, because she had. Oh, I didn't mean to click on something, but let's. Oh, we already read that one. But she went in a similar fashion to what Katniss thought Peeta was doing at the beginning, of like crying and looking like a weakling, and then she just chopped people to bits, you know. So that, I mean, all of these people had like a different take, so it could be interesting. Someone asked, was Finnick a career? I'm pretty sure the careers are 1, 2, and 4. So I think so. Because I remember finding it weird that 3 wasn't. And I'm pretty sure the District 3 boy was the one that got his neck snapped by Kato because he was smart. And which I wanted to bring up a point. I'm so all over the place. I thought of something today while skimming through the book again to write my notes. Katniss made note about the bombs when the District 3 boy rewired them and like reactivated them. And she was like, I'm sure the Capitol was surprised by this too. No one's ever done that. And I'm like, if District 3 boy lived and like this worked to his favor, would they have been mad at him for utilizing the arena in a way that they wouldn't have expected? And would they have been angry in the way that they were with Haymitch and Katniss? I was just, this is like major spiraling, obviously, but I mean, people are so smart. And I feel like that's another example. Like, they weren't the only smart people. This would have continued to happen. Like, someone would have made them angry. And thank you, Eddie. I was right. 1, 2, and 4. So, Finnick, I just want to know how that happened for him. I just want to know. But what are we talking about?
If he allied with the careers.
Yeah, I don't think we do know. Only thing I know was he was lucky enough that it was like a water, and he is from 4, so he was able to like really take advantage of it. So yeah, District 3 boy, I hate that neck snap too. It's like the worst.
Did you guys see the picture of the new box set that's coming out and like how large Sunrise on the Reaping looks?
It does look
Like,
big.
how many pages is it? I must know.
It makes me really wonder.
It makes me a little nervous.
That's like after, like will
See,
these?
that's what I was thinking.
Because Ballad also went beyond the games, right?
It did. So, and I feel like there's so much to explore there because a lot of the trauma that happened to him was after, because they killed his family, they killed his girlfriend. And then for 25 years, he watches all these kids die. And he becomes a drunk because of that, which I can definitely understand that.
Okay, wait. I don't know if it's just Goodreads or I don't know. But it's saying that Ballad is 541 and that Sunrise is only 400.
Interesting.
Right, I'm gonna check Indigo real quick, but that doesn't make any sense. Maybe the perception was just off in the photo.
Maybe. I mean, I want a thick book. I'm here for the thick book.
It makes me nervous though because I didn't fully love the pacing of Ballad. It felt a bit easier to digest via the audiobook rather than physically reading it. But like it felt like it lulled a little bit in the middle. So like, that has me a little bit nervous, but also like it was snow. So that could have also played a part in it. Because we love Haymitch, I'm hoping that no matter what, it'll like be better.
Yeah,
No,
and I think also oh sorry, Peyton. You can go.
Keep going.
Well, I will say I haven't read Ballad. I know. I've only watched the movie. I hate that I said that.
You
Don't
need to
worry,
go sit in a
everyone.
corner and think
we need to attack you for a second.
Okay, no, Ballad is longer. That's wild. That was
Here's the thing. Here's the thing about this. I feel the movie is more digestible. So it has a lot of the similar themes and like the ideas that she was getting at. But because one, this was thicker, it was longer, and we're in a perspective of a person that we don't like, which is interesting, but also painful. I just feel like it makes sense why some people, didn't want to read the book, but it also hurts me because there's so many.
I just forgot.
How did you forget?
You forgot to finish it?
I was in college, guys.
I
didn't have
understand.
No
time.
excuse.
I understand. The college is hard. That's why I didn't reread it, but you didn't even do one read.
Didn't I read the book in a day?
I think we both read it like within the first day or two.
I did a vlog of it. I think I did it in a day. That's wild. That's a badass book.
Yeah, but
Wait,
I also
sorry.
No, you're good.
Wonder if we do like reading sprints for the book.
We did that?
No, I'm saying wonder if we do that.
Oh, wonder. I was like, we did that, huh? Like, where was I?
Some other
I'm
people.
down with that.
I feel like it would be
But-
fun.
For the new one?
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking that too. I was going to suggest
Yeah.
it.
Okay, good.
We live stream us reading the new book and just talk about her? Like,
Yes.
with this part.
Yes. This is real. I think the pacing of the first 3 books are just immaculate. And I do agree that the pacing could be a bit off with the newer one. But I've only read it once, so I'm very curious to see how I'll land, because I know I was extremely excited about the book and happy to have anything ever. But I also still agree with all of my points and all of the messages. There was such a warped view of the book when it was coming out. Like, people are like, we don't need to hear from this man. I'm like, we're not trying to like him. We're just learning about this world and like, how did it come to this? Like, we're not going to support him other than the weird TikTok people that.
Yeah, like, you guys, Suzanne Collins is writing it. We're fine. Like, you read the first 3 books. We know what she believes in. Like, it's not like she's gonna come out and say,
I know. Why were we concerned?
or something?
Yeah.
That would be crazy. That would never happen.
I'm sorry, Brittany. That might have hit a little too close to home for you.
You're fine.
Anyway, sorry, but hopefully she doesn't come out as a transphobe and then this live stream is gonna be like,
let's not even put it in the air. I
do not wish that on Peyton.
I don't wish that on Peyton either.
The thing is, I have no worry about her, because even if she has wackadoodle thoughts, she's never gonna pick on them. You know, like, she is in a cabin in the woods, and for all we know, Mississippi. Like, we don't know what.
Why Mississippi?
I don't.
Mississippi. MISSISSIPP. Oh my god.
She's just not the type to If she was having some wackadoodle thoughts, like, we would feel it.
Yeah,
Wackadoodle thoughts.
Wackadoodle.
You're wackadoodle for that. That's crazy.
Yeah, so far I stand behind this woman, but hopefully she never disappoints me.
No.
And because we can't.
Oh no! I just dented the dust jacket. Stupid idiot. Jeez, it's fine.
Oh.
I need to just like not exist for a second. It's okay.
So let's see what else I have to say. I wrote a note. I don't know what y'all think about this. Because Tigress. I wonder if her and Cinna knew each other. Like, were they around like the same sort of people because they both kind of had a rebellious thing and they were in the fashion world? I don't know if we'll ever have this answer, but I've thought about it because she is older than him, I think, like by a good handful of years. But I don't know. I would love to see that.
That's another book that'd be interesting.
Yes.
Cinna. I would find Cinna so interesting.
I know, because we know so little about him. Like, what got him to be so humane in a realm of just absolute wackadoodle people that believe in just murdering children for fun.
Yeah, that's, you know what? I'm going to say this into the air, and maybe Suzanne Collins will hear me, but they, for Star Wars, they do these, like, mini animated shorts, like, 30 minutes long, talking about, like, different stories and, like, the galaxy and stuff. They should do that for the Hunger Games.
That would be interesting.
I was just thinking, like, little novellas, like, Shatter Me and stuff, or, like, the bind-ups that Cassie Clare does. Because I feel like some of them, like, I feel like Cinna, maybe not a whole book would be necessary.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, because the mysterious part of it, I think, is interesting, but knowing a little bit.
I know, like, where, like, did he have a group of people? How did he know better than everyone else? Because, I mean, we see it in everyday life, just people will be with the wrong group of people and they're so sheltered and they'll just believe some really nasty shit.
Yeah, like, that was also interesting rereading this, because like Effie, there's so many things that she does where Katniss is like really, but I feel like she grows throughout the series. But
I love her.
We haven't read it.
But Katniss is also so empathetic. Like, she's able to understand the layers that these people aren't inherently evil. They're just under such a crazy belief that's been pushed to them throughout their whole lives. So she sees the kindnesses that they give her in the ways of just like taking care of her and stuff. But people like Gale, like he's just, not to try to get into future books, but I mean, he was happy when her prep team was like getting tortured and stuff. So, and she was like, why would we want this? I got some things to say about him because he was rude to Madge just because she's
Yes.
her. And I'm like, that is a big character. Like, she's nice. She's nice to both of y'all. Like, why are you angry at her just because she's more fortunate in life, you know?
Yeah.
So if she was doing things to like brag about it, that's different. But I don't feel like she was. So
No, it was so uncalled for.
he's just uncalled for in most things.
He is. Like, he just needs to not exist. He needs to...
Yeah, he just does it.
No, I will say he's the most tolerable in this book. And I actually wrote down like a page where I do like him.
A singular page in the whole book.
Singular page.
I like gotta find it though, but I think it was about how just their time in the woods together when they didn't know each other yet, and how they slowly started to teach each other stuff, and how she only ever would smile in the woods. And I'm like, this is so nice. This is what we should have kept it as, you know.
Yeah, just like a sweet friendship.
Yeah.
There's debates that she was forced to like push the triangle thing. So
I would not be surprised because that was very prevalent in those years of the
it
series.
was.
Mhm.
Especially in the movies. I feel like they pushed it a lot more in the movies.
And that's kind of where some of my I have a lot of critiques for the film series, like now growing up, but like I think the books are so much different than like Team Peter, Team Gale. Like it's not even there, and that's not even the focal point.
It's like not
None
even
of
a
this is-
conversation when you're
it's
just
not even a
talking about the books.
conversation.
I
They're
know.
all trying to survive. Like
It's
there
only
is
when it
no
comes
such
to the movie. And I'm convinced that people are only Team Gale because of Liam Hemsworth and because
I
of
know.
No.
And if Josh Hutcherson is not hot too, it makes me mad.
My mom is Team Gale, and I'm like, why? And she's
My
like,
mom is
Liam
too.
Hemsworth, and I'm like,
You know what? I get it on a base level, okay? Because I also love me some Liam Hemsworth. But you gotta look past his face, okay? You just gotta do it.
I mean, everything in the words, how he treats her. I mean, you can think someone's more attractive, but at least for me, personality like makes you so much more attractive, you know?
Yeah.
So because of that, like, sorry, Liam Hemsworth, you're just someone that I do not like. So
I think it's because I first met him from the last song. So I was
I
already
do love
obsessed
that
with him.
song. I will say that's a good movie.
Yeah. But like it's like with the Ballad, how people like were like loving on Snow just because of Tom Blythe.
I
Same
know.
with Gale. People just love Gale in the movies because it's Liam Hemsworth, but his character still sucks in the movie. He just has a pretty face.
It's upsetting.
It
And
is upsetting. But I'm convinced
and
if people only had the books, the movies didn't exist, if you were just reading the books, you wouldn't like Gale. There would be no Team Gale.
I know. There's just every now and then like a book reader that's just like hardcore Team Gale, and I'm like, I have so much evidence on why this makes no sense. Like, but the thing is, I also don't believe that this series is like about a romance. I only bring it up because I feel like it's so obvious she's supposed to be with PETA. So then I get annoyed because I'm like, what the heck? Like, I feel like this is just, it makes sense. But
Deep breaths, everyone.
I do have a lot of points on why PETA is better.
Didn't you do a whole PowerPoint presentation?
Yeah. I think I said that to someone once. I was like, here's
I did. I haven't rewatched it in a while, so I hope it like is good. But
sure
people leave comments saying like this was very useful, and like I sent this to someone, so I'm like, this is good. Like this makes me feel good.
That's
So
your legacy.
if you ever need a resource, it is out there for you guys. You can use it. But seriously, I like the book. This one is not even a romance because she's having to fake everything, you know? And while I do have arguments that there's a couple moments where I do think it actually is her and she's not reacting for the cameras, there even is some lines where she like literally said, kissed him on the forehead, not for the cameras, but for me.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And
But
also parts where she's like confused about her feelings, where she's like, because
Yes.
of everything going on, I don't know how I'm feeling.
Yes.
If it is the games or if it's something else.
Yeah,
Right?
because I think when they're coming back from the game, she says something around those lines of like, I don't understand how I'm supposed to feel around him now, or something like that.
Yeah.
That's really interesting.
I wrote it down after she was like in a paragraph of being confused, like, did I do this for the cameras or was this me? She said, whatever I'm feeling, it's no one's business but mine. And the thing is, she didn't have time to think about what she actually felt until the other two books.
Right.
And the reaction that we have between Peta and Gail during the time that she needs to take to figure it out, we have one person who's obviously Peta was initially frustrated, but he was never angry. He even said his voice was not angry. It was just, I mean, there was just nothing to his voice. He was broken. But Gail is angry. Like, he's actually angry that they had this fake romance to start with. I'm like, y'all weren't even dating. Like, what's
She was just trying to survive, sir.
Literally.
Yeah, exactly.
survive?
Do you want her to be dead instead? Like, jeez.
I know, because this goes with my points. Because there's people out there, and one of them is my boyfriend. This hurts me because he read the book recently, and I asked him a very important question.
Are we about to fight, Kaden?
Yeah, I asked him a very important question because it's been debated among the fandom for years. Is Peta useless? Did him and her together have them win the games, or did they not need each other? And while here's the thing, I don't believe that Katniss needed anybody to be powerful. Like, she is powerful, you know? But I also think it is so underestimated the power of his manipulation of the people. Because I watched Gladiator. I just watched Gladiator. And there was a line that I was like, this is so Hunger Games, because he was like, if you win the people, you can keep surviving forever. I'm like, that's so true. It's like so important.
It's like what Haymitch says. I don't remember if he said it in the book or if he just says it in the movie, but like Peta made Katniss likable. He made her desirable.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Like without Peta.
He says something similar in the book as well.
Yeah, he says it. He specifically says it in the movie. I know, because I watched like the first half of the movie today, but I forget what the specific line is in the book.
But it's something similar.
Yeah, I mean,
people underestimate the charm that he has.
The charm is so
and how far that goes.
And even Katniss says that.
It's not all about like the brute strength or like, you know, the skills with a bow. It's like the charisma is what got him so far.
The argument is here because he started this romance. She acknowledged, like, if we play into this, there could be sponsorships. She got the sponsorships. We saw at the end of the book that people watching would know that he was doing something weird with the careers. You know, he was doing some sort of manipulation.
And like also how rare it is for a non-career to ally with the careers. Yeah. And that's all like,
I wish I saw the conversation. Like, how did that go? I would kill.
How did that happen?
I know, because did they just run across him and on like the second he was able to create that narrative, or did he go in with the plan to come across them? Like, that blows my mind. Like,
but it's also interesting that we bring up the romance, because that's also what kind of saves Katniss at the end. Because Haymitch is like, you have to play it as a romance, because if you play it as a rebellion, they're gonna kill you. So like, she has to do it. So essentially, if Peter wasn't there,
and
Katniss would be dead.
so
At the end.
entwined with it. This is right. No
That's so
talking
right.
skills, but Peeta is good at communicating. I did see that Cinna said that she has the spirit. You know, people latch onto her spirit, but she only really shows her spirit when she's around someone that she really cares about. So if she's surrounded by all these capital people that she despises, like she's showing them nothing that they would want to see.
Right.
So her being with her match, Rue or Peeta, like anyone that she cares about, even her interaction with Thresh was sweet, you know? So that's her spirit coming true. That's what people care about. And I believe, like, the sponsorships, I just don't feel like they would have been hidden if we hadn't already put this, like, weird storyline to the two of them, you know?
Right. Well, even, like, she figured out with Haymitch, like, oh, is she, like, you know, gives Peeta a kiss, they get some, like, soup or, like, whatever. So it's, like, linked. Like, she knew that there was a connection there to, like, keep it going.
He couldn't know about the connection that she was figuring out with Haymitch because he would be so hurt. Like, he wasn't faking it.
I know, my poor baby boy.
He wasn't faking it at all. And not to say that she was, but I don't think she would have got there as fast as she did. You know, because they took some steps. They were giving each other kisses and stuff like that. That's not her.
No.
But that's what they had to do to survive.
But, like, it becomes so much more natural and so much more real as the books do go on. And I just adore it. I adore it so much. And, like, you can see it in the reactions when things happen to Peeta that, like, we're not going to get into. But, like, you know, the way that she reacts so viscerally to things, it's, like, it's very clear that she loves this boy. Right?
Yeah, there's some parts towards the end where she's like, I shouldn't be thinking about Peeta at this moment when he's injured or something. I was just looking at quotes, so I should know. But, like, similar to what you were saying, Brittany.
Yeah. There's also, like, some moments where, like, she just needs Gale to, like, be alive, to, like, look after her family.
Literally.
Right.
And I appreciate him for doing that.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that is definitely great because she could have at least that peace that they were going to be okay. Oh, and it just hurts me. I got to bring it up now. Peeta's like, if you, like, let me find it. Oh. Okay. So.
Oh.
He's like, if you, like, keep me alive whenever the berries shit happens, like, it's not gonna help me to go back. I have, like, nothing to go back for, you know? She has things to go back for. And he does not. And that kills me. It kills me. But she also realized that if he dies and she lives, she'll spend the rest of her life in the arena trying to think her way out. And I'm like, honestly, I feel like all of the victors feel that way. You know, they're probably trapped in their nightmares trying to figure out, like, how do we not do this? You know, how do I not?
Especially since they have to mentor as well.
Yes. Yeah.
Like, Katniss and Peeta never had to do that because they ended up, you know, what happens in book 2. But, like, you know.
I can't imagine.
No.
That's what
like, you can never
figure out
escape.
with Haymitch.
No, like, I just can't imagine. And that's why I'm itching for there to be, like, part 3 where he's just mentoring or, like, just witnessing what exactly happened with his family that just got them murdered. Like, did they immediately get murdered? Because I will argue what Haymitch did was a lot less chill or a lot less bad than what Katniss did, you know? And they didn't immediately kill Katniss's family, but they killed Haymitch's family.
It's because people loved Prim, right? Like, if they killed Prim, they'd be like,
yeah.
It was like a murder, yeah.
Well,
Heard about Haymitch's family?
We're not going to book 3 yet, Kit.
Okay. We're good.
Take it back there a second. Where do we think the book's going to end? Sunrise on the Reaping. Because
I've
like,
It ends with him falling
because
off
like
the
the end
stage.
of Ballad, because like the end of Ballad is like, like a oh my god moment.
That was a oh my god moment. I've
Like
heard
what
people
is
theories that we're gonna see Candace and Peanut again in their little neighborhood, and I don't think that's gonna happen.
I don't wanna. Don't
I
bring them
don't,
back into it.
don't touch them.
I feel like if you bring them into it, it's gonna feel like fan service. Like she's just doing that so we can see them, and I don't want that.
People definitely accuse the Ballad of fan service.
I can see that.
That's why some people didn't like it, which I can somewhat see that, but also I feel like there's so much to enjoy despite that. So,
I feel like Gracie's comment, yeah.
That's a really good idea.
Yeah, and then watching them die.
And that's like what sets him off.
That is so awful, but it would be good.
Does his alcoholism start when his family dies, or like when he comes out of the games, or is it when he starts mentoring? Do we know?
I don't think we know, because isn't Katniss just like, he's always been drunk to at least Katniss. So I don't know.
Because what if it ends with like his tribute dying, and then immediately he just like goes to the bottle, and then it's like,
Brittany, I was thinking that in my head, but I was like, I'm not gonna say that out loud. And then you said it, and I was like, wow,
what a
Brittany,
horrible, sad ending though. Like
it would be so sad. Like he just like turns off like the TV or like walks away from like the monitors, like whatever the hell he's at, and it's just like pops on back.
It just ends in such despair.
It could end like that.
Like,
I feel like there's no way for it to end happily. Like,
I know
it's gonna be depressing.
We're going for so many more years.
There's no HEA for him. Okay.
Yeah.
That's sad.
Yeah.
The only romance is between him and his bottle, I fear.
I can't even imagine him with this girlfriend that he loves so much.
Right.
Like, can't even fathom like that being a thing.
Well, because the Haymitch that we're gonna meet is gonna be so different to the Haymitch that we know.
And that's gonna be insane to me.
It's gonna be like, who are you, sir? It's gonna be weird. I'm excited.
I mean, once again, I think his spirit will be there. I think Katniss and him have such a similar fiery spirit, and how you're not gonna make the best of me or whatever. But he gets defeated, and she definitely gets hit a lot, but at the end of the day, she won. And he did not. Lost everybody. Oh my god, it's so terrible.
Oh my god.
Oh gosh. And they make how, despite Haymitch being like a strong teenager, more than usual for the District 12 kids, there's still no way that he would have bested all of those people without outsmarting them.
Yeah, because it's double, right? Because he's the is he the first quarter quell or the second?
This is the second. I believe the first one was when they voted the tributes in, which like that one's Isn't that the most miserable one ever, knowing that they chose to put you in there?
Also with the victors, right? Like they technically were also like they like in the second book, like they knew that like they knew what District 12's fate was. Pretty much, they knew what they were doing.
Yeah, literally, Katniss cried, I think, when she sees it, because she already knows.
Oh yeah, like they fucking did that on purpose.
I'm so excited to reread Catching Fire, because we really missed out in the movie them training for that, and like the months that they prepared mentally, because they didn't know if it was going to be Haymitch or Peeta, so they had this like bond, the trio of them dealing.
And I think that's also another thing that I think the books do a really good job, is this sense of community amongst the District, like 12, like with the Madge and like all the people, like, because there was a thing where Peeta's dad comes in and to Katniss and is like, I will give stuff to your family while you're gone. Yeah.
Do we even see his dad in the movie? I don't think so.
No, we don't see his dad. I don't even think. Does he have siblings? I forget. He has, like,
think he has brothers. Yeah,
I think he does, but we don't see them.
Noted that his brothers did not volunteer for him.
Right.
Yeah, because I know that. Well, we know his mom.
Yeah, bitch.
What a bitch.
Put it nice. Oh, jeez.
It is
But-
interesting how his dad visited her.
Yeah,
And
I forgot that happened
the
too.
mom.
Yeah, and then isn't there a whole thing with Katniss's mom and
Mhm.
Peeta's dad,
Mhm.
and then he
They
had
were
a
in
crush on her.
love.
Mm-hmm. And
And he like told Peeta all about it. And like,
yes, that scene where Peeta remembers her in her pigtails while she's singing, and how the birds stop.
I wonder if things got a little awkward in District 12 after that, because he said that live on TV.
I know. Oh my god.
Did her mom and his dad just like meet eyes across like
Yeah.
like oh no, and like the wife is like, sir,
Yeah.
excuse you.
Well, maybe if
probably
you weren't
screwed
such
him.
a bitch, maybe.
How did he
your
end up with this
husband would love
bitch?
you as much as he loves his old girlfriend.
Right.
That is kind of
Funny.
crazy. He does not love Mommy Malark. It doesn't feel like it.
Not the mommy Malone. Mommy Malone.
Yeah.
That's the worst thing I've ever heard in my life.
I'm sorry.
I hate
I'm gonna
that.
tweet that out right now.
No context, just mommy Malark. Oh my god. What else you got in your notes there, Pay?
Let's see here. Because we be bouncing around, so I've like done some of these and some of them not. Oh, okay. I wanted to note there's this quote that I just love, and that Twitter account that we're obsessed with, she was like referencing it, and I just wanted to bring it up because when I reread it, I was like, yes, like this is everything about her, like summed up. Page 49.
That took me out.
But she said people have a way of working their way inside me and rooting there, and she was referencing how kind Peeta is like the most dangerous thing for her right now, because if she feels like he's being for real right now, like she cannot shake that. Someone being a good person, that's why, and I bring this back to the other point, the other argument that everyone has in this fandom is how she ended up having kids.
Yes.
She was such a soul who loves just like she is a mommy soul. Like she wants
Stop
to
it with the mommy, okay? I wish I was in control of this live show so I could boot you out, because what are you doing?
But seriously, she likes to take care of people. Like she
Like
is the
Prim, Rue, yeah.
Peeta.
Like people don't understand that it's only the circumstance of the games and of the world. That's
Yeah.
why she doesn't want to bring people.
Yeah,
It's like
'cause
how
that's
people
like-
wouldn't want to bring people into the world the way it is now. Like,
Yeah.
why would you want to bring somebody knowing that that is their fate?
Especially when you went through it.
Yeah.
Like why would you ever, and knowing that Prim only had her name in there one time. And then we
And
have
she
people
got
like
picked.
40. And
Mhm.
somehow she still got picked. So
Mhm.
even her kid wouldn't have to do the Tessa Ray thing, however you say that. But it doesn't matter because it could still be her kid.
I think Victor's kids should be like out of the running. Like your family suffered enough. You don't need to do it.
Yeah, but I feel like they would see that as entertainment.
Yeah, they would. But in a fair world, the Hunger Games wouldn't exist, I suppose. But
Yes.
it's a moot point. Yeah. Yeah.
I think she might bring that up in Catching. I don't know, but I feel like there was something she says similar to that, where she's like, even if I'm a victor, they're still gonna use my family or something.
We'll have to pay attention and see
I
if
can't remember.
I'll predict it.
Yeah.
We'll
She
see.
does mention many times though in this book that like I'd never want children. I would never bring kids into this world. But like things change people. I think sometimes people view characters as like being static. Like you can only like if you say something once, like that's who you are.
And she was a child.
Yeah.
So,
Because the later series, there's like a time jump. I mean, it's fine. I'm not talking about it. Like, you know, it's so hard not to talk about the other books.
I know.
Yeah.
So sorry if any of you have not read the other ones.
I mean, it's
Been
been
ready.
enough. They
It
might
has.
get spoiled.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me see here. I thought about something. Okay, so the scene where Thresh lets Katniss live. I got something to say about it. Because I've always viewed it as purely like he was like, oh, you took care of Rue. We're good. Like, I'm not gonna hurt you just this once.
Yeah.
Thinking about it, since there was that announcement of the two tributes can win, and at that point they believed that, was he feeling regretful that he never even tried to protect her?
Oh, Peyton.
Because he was fighting in the like tall grass the whole time, and he let her be alone.
Because that comes up so quickly after Rue dies, too.
I know, if he had just protected her, I know it hurt my feelings too. They could have like.
I never even thought about that. Oh my god, I hate you. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
I didn't like myself either for that because I mean,
Good.
I feel regretful.
How do you look at yourself in the mirror, Peyton? This is awful.
How do you wake up every day knowing that you brought this amongst?
I'm sorry. And then he died.
I have no words. This is depressing. I hate the world.
And there's that line where she tells Peter, like, I think we would have been friends with Thresh back in District 12, which I believe that too. It hurts.
Mm-hmm.
It hurts real bad. Also, I hate in the movie how they just kill him with those dogs. When in the book it was like an epic battle. Like,
yeah,
he deserved
like,
a battle at least. The dogs.
Justice for Thresh.
It's gonna take a while for me to recover from. I hate you so much. Like just thinking about the regret that he feels over Rue. She was just a child. They're all children, but like she was a little bitty child.
But I have another point to make.
No.
Give Brittany a minute.
Because if you think about when you read this book for the first
time, mute you.
When you read this book for the first time, when it reaches the point where there's the announcement that two can win, it feels very convenient. Like, oh, that's how we get out of this, you know? But my argument, obviously, I would believe that they planned that the whole time to revoke it at the end.
Oh, absolutely.
Just to be evil. But they didn't know that.
Yeah.
But my point is they probably never would have even thought of that twist if that storyline with the lovers was not put in place, because
absolutely not.
Why would anyone care? You know? So that whole thing was because of them and their little plots. Peeta's plots.
Peeta's plots.
What do you think would have happened if, like, say, Cato and what's Clove?
Yes.
If it was them who, like, made it to the end instead of Katniss and Peeta, do you think they still would have revoked it and then, like, there would have been, like, a bloodbath and that would have been the entertainment?
Oh, yeah.
Because surely there would have had to been, like, a backup plan in case it wasn't Peeta and Katniss. And, like, having the romance angle of it, like, would then be, like, a watch how quickly they turn on each other.
I don't think they would have hesitated at all.
Oh, no.
Like, killing each other, and I think Cato would have won.
Oh, absolutely.
But I have another argument. I am curious to hear what y'all think, but I have always believed that if Katniss didn't win, Foxface would have won. Who do y'all think would have won?
Well, Foxface died. So, like...
He did die.
Like, eating some stupid berries.
She only died because Peeta was stupid. She would have never.
His shoes, those so stupid.
She would have never fell for it if they had purposely put that trap for her. That's what Katniss said.
But isn't there a theory that like she just knew what the berries
I
were?
wanted
There
to
is
die.
that theory. I
do feel like she's a little too smart, to be fair, to just like eat some
Yeah.
random ass berries because she thought they were safe because they wanted to eat it too.
It is a solid argument. I don't know which way I fall. I just feel
I feel like
she
it
was
could be
the
either.
smartest out of everybody. So your point does stand.
Mhm.
But I also feel compared to like someone like Kato, I just feel if she actually was trying to win, if she did kill herself, I think she would have won.
I think it's between Foxface and Kato because obviously Kato was the last one there with Katniss and Peeta, which
Yeah.
you know is
Yeah, 'cause
evidence there.
Yeah, because wasn't there Countess mentions that there was like a games where someone just hid the entire time and just waited for everyone to die. And I feel like Foxface was kind of that way.
I feel like also Rue was that way. She was just up in the
Yeah,
trees.
that too.
It works sometimes.
Oh my god. Do you think Rue only died because she was allies with Katniss and came out of the trees?
Guys, stop!
I'm sorry. I feel like that was worse than Peyton's. I'm so sorry.
Oh yeah, that was bad.
But I'm in the trees. I'm in the breeze.
Because she had her
Hurts me
slingshot.
now.
All she really was good with was a slingshot. I don't
Okay,
know.
but if she just stayed in the trees and no one knew how to find her.
Yeah, Kato probably didn't know how to hunt well.
And he also couldn't climb a tree.
Could not climb a tree, so there is the possibility.
I
that
mean, okay, no, to be fair, if it was like, let's say Kato and Rue left, they would have found some way to get her out of that tree.
You're right.
Yeah, kind of like with the fire with Katniss. So.
Yeah, okay, so never mind. She would have died anyways. It's fine.
Likely.
I mean, it's not fine. It's utterly depressing. But it makes my point a little less sad that it's not Katniss's fault.
Kato though. I think and either Katniss or Kato is a victor. In the end, they
Yeah.
control the game.
That's a
I
good
forgot that he had armor until I was listening to
There's
it. I was like, what?
There's a picture of it.
Oh, really? I would love to see that.
Oh yeah,
I
especially
guess
with
it'd be-
the drawing.
Also, I don't love the way that Haymitch is drawn in these books. It's kind of weird.
I'm so curious. I can't wait to get a copy and reread it again. I have terrible. Oh. And the dogs.
Mm-hmm.
The dogs look creepier in this version.
Yeah, like they
Dogs are
stand.
so ugly in the movie.
Yeah, because it also I know they're not gonna be. They wouldn't be able to do what happens in the book, but like, there's a whole point of why Suzanne put in that it's essentially just the tributes, like bodies being used. Like that's a whole thing that Katniss talks about, but no, we can't do that in a movie.
So this is Haymitch, and I low-key kind of hate it.
Interesting.
Why does he look like Snape?
Ew.
Yeah.
Ew, I don't like that.
But like mixed with something else. No, you know what it is? It's Snape mixed with the Beast from Beauty and the Beast when he's a human.
Oh God, no. I don't like that. This is an interesting question. When y'all read it, with obviously knowledge of like the movies, do you picture something else or do you picture the actors?
I knew you were gonna ask that. I think I picture the actors.
I don't. It's so weird.
That's good.
Like,
I mean, honestly, when I was reading it this time, I was kind of picturing the art from the book.
That's good.
Maybe. I don't know. To be clear, like, my things are not very clear in my head when I'm reading.
Oh my God.
I get like snippets of things.
This was literally the picture you were showing, I think.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Eddie. That was like a spur of the moment, like, realization too, that he looked like the Beast. That's so funny.
I love that. Though I will say, people like Cinna, I picture movie Cinna. He's just so cool. you know?
Yeah.
And
Lenny Kravitz with that gold
blonde
eyeliner.
and ew.
I want gold
So-
eyeliner.
I know
Wait.
the gold eyeliner really gets me.
Let me try to find Cinna. Did we see Cinna? Surely we saw Cinna.
I think he was a blonde white dude.
Yeah.
And then people got pissed off.
It wasn't the Cinna of the movie, which was tragic.
But like people like Katniss, I don't picture Jennifer Lawrence for whatever reason.
I
They
don't
just-
picture.
do.
I don't picture Katniss as Jennifer Lawrence
And then
anymore.
Peeta, he's like described as really broad shoulders, and like I have this whole different like, not saying Josh Hutcherson is not muscular, but like I have a more muscular like dude in mind because he's supposed to be like super strong.
Now that you say that, now I think of Kit Connor. just
Oh my
playing Pete
god, I can see that.
with his muscles. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm dead.
Lenny Kravitz was so perfect.
He really
Yeah.
was. I don't know. Nobody could have done that. Nobody.
The gold eyeliner? I'm not over it. I'm never gonna get over it.
It was so good.
And do you ever just think about how some people? I remember when Divergent came out, and people were like, "Oh my god, Lenny Kravitz's daughter's in another
Oh,
dystopian."
Yeah, they were the fight to the death. Zoe Kravitz. It's so funny.
okay. So since we mentioned Kato and his armor, I want to discuss his death because it haunts me. Like every time it gets to those pages, it is so terrible. Like
It's so bad.
the most miserable thing to read.
It's infinitely worse in the book too.
It is so terrible.
It goes on for so long.
No, the
Or
raw
like even Katniss feels bad. Like
enemy. I know she killed him with pity. Like she had no hatred in her heart anymore.
yeah,
And I think it's so interesting that he had the worst death out of anybody when he was the one that believed in the process probably more than anybody because he volunteered his tribute out of pure excitement to kill people.
you could have lived. You could
I know he could have lived.
Could have lived a
and
privileged little life. Like,
it just shows that even someone that is like their carbon copy perfect district person is going to never be anything to them. Like they will just kill you in the worst way possible, no matter what you do. And oh my god, I just picture like this disgusting hunk of meat because that's literally what it says. I hate it. It's so nasty.
yeah.
Imagine if they included art of that in the book.
They could never. The audience, the moms, the mommies are gonna be calling.
Mom, I'm gonna kill you. Let's enter the Hunger Games right now. I need to take you out. I would lose. I was talking with this about my mom. I was talking about this to my mom. I was like, if I was in the Hunger Games, I would be the first one out. And she's like, don't underestimate yourself. You don't know what would like come over you in that moment. I'm like, no, like I would not even be able to run away. Like I would get shot in the back, surely, or like stabbed in the back. Like something would happen. Like I'm not
Or
making
be
it
like-
past that cornucopia.
Or be like that girl that like had something on her body and it dropped and it blew her up because like
Yeah.
Like I'm not making it out of there alive. I'm literally gonna be the first one dead. Like there's no way that I would survive the Hunger Games.
I probably would die pretty quickly too. I feel like I would run out of the cornucopia and make it, but I would die with like no food or water. Or they'd find me. Because I have no weapons.
Yeah, I would not make it past that cornucopia. Somebody would catch me before I could leave, and it would be bad. I would be if I was in the book, I would be one of those nameless people from the district that like Katniss doesn't even know.
Yeah, speaking of that, I was rewatching the movie. Someone's named Jason. One of the tributes is named Jason, and I was like,
That don't seem right.
that don't seem right.
I
was like,
remember
His name.
when the movies came out, right? They had those little mystery little figures, and I was so excited to get it. And I got like District Boy, like from District 7 Boy, and I'm like, who the hell are you? I want a named person.
I found a whole box at this discount store, and I opened like 15 billion of those. So I think I got almost all of them.
I hate you. Where are they? Why haven't I seen these?
It was at, I don't know if they have this in Canada, an Ollie's like discount store.
No.
You're never gonna find it. I found this like maybe a year ago as well. So
Oh my god. Is that like why haven't you shown these off? Where are
it
they?
was. I filmed a clip of me unboxing it, but I like don't make videos half the time, so
Do you still have this clip?
it's probably on my phone.
Can you send this to me?
It's like 10
And I
minutes
would
long
also
of me just
do-
opening
Okay.
the figure.
I'll just swipe through it. Just send it to me. Email it to me. Do something. I want to see this. I'm so jealous. I have Nameless Boy from District 7. And like I even had that tribute book and I tried going through it seeing maybe his name was in there. No.
It's Jason.
Maybe. Maybe.
Maybe it is Jason.
Oh, got Fox Face. That's a good one.
Jealous. I want Foxface. I want somebody
like
that
the guy
isn't
with the
District
brown-
Boy. I don't even know.
brown hair,
When I
like a ball cut.
unpack it, I will show you because he's in a box somewhere.
You still have it.
Oh, obviously, I didn't throw them away. I don't know why I just got one. Why didn't I get more?
Yeah.
I also don't remember the circumstances of me getting it. Like, I did not have money at 12, so my mom probably bought it for me. But, like,
I
I wonder
think
if you could find
might
those anywhere, like, online.
I need to
You're
set
probably good.
my shelves.
Mystery. Oops, that's not.
Oh,
Right.
I have another thing that we can talk about.
Amazon. Oh my god, are they on Amazon? No. It's there. But, like, it's, like, one option available from $56.
If I ever find it again, I will let you know.
Can you send them to me? I will pay you. You know that I will. I'm good for it.
I think this is a good point. There's kind of that moment where Kato and his dialogue in the movie kind of realizes, like, what was this all for, you know? He didn't really do that in the book.
Mhm.
So that's like one of the rare instances of they threw us something in there that we didn't even get in the book. I did like that.
Yeah.
Though
Yeah.
he said please when he was dying, so he asked for mercy, but that I feel like most people would have done that anyways. But
Okay. They're on eBay, but they're like more money than I'd want to spend.
dang. I'll go
To be
look.
fair,
Are they like
I
100?
want to spend like $5. No,
Yeah.
they're not that bad. I'm just cheap. I'm like, these
No,
are not
that's
worth it.
understandable.
Because like the paint job is awful. They're so tiny. Like they're not good.
Yeah. But it's
Oh my
like
god. But there's like unboxings of them from like 12 years ago. This is so funny. I'm
Dang.
surprised I never had any of the action figures. There's like a Rue doll. Like I had
know.
all the Twilight ones. Didn't have any Hunger Games. Like those I would have kept.
either.
I just
I
have the
just-
Barbies.
I have a Jacob Black Barbie doll.
I do too. I have Edward, Bella, and Jacob.
Yeah, I got a $20 Walmart gift card for Christmas once, and I immediately went to the store and was like, $20 for Jacob, I'm buying you.
Yeah.
I
think
got that for
my sister.
Alice.
Oh,
I have an Alice action figure.
I never had Alice. I love
I
her.
also have a Jacob action figure, and his nipples are so dark. It's like so funny.
I'm uncomfortable.
Because he's shirtless, obviously.
Yeah, he always was.
And like as a 12-year-old, I'm like, what is this?
Crazy. Oh my goodness. Okay. I do have a point to bring up.
Do you?
I do.
Is it one we want to hear?
Yes.
Oh,
I think
shit.
so.
Are we sure? Are you gonna make us cry again?
I don't think so. I found the part when they do get out of the games and they're in the hovercraft. It's very interesting to me because we did not really get that much detail about it.
No.
And, you know, Peta's heart was stopping. Like, she was just watching it happen. Like, how traumatic. Like, everything she just went through was so traumatic. And then she has to, like, witness all these people that are clean and, like, just not even a part of her universe at this point, helping them, giving her a glass of orange juice. And she literally was thirsty, but she put it down because she's like, I don't trust anything that pretty. And I was like, that's crazy. Like, She can't even trust the world around her.
And then they like clean her up and get rid of all of her scars and like things even from before the games.
Yeah. There was another thing also where they say something where the dress she has on is a little more curvy, and Cinna or one of the makeup people was like, "Oh, they wanted to have your body like changed or curved like for
They wanted
forever."
to like surgery, yeah.
Yeah, and then
alter it.
Haymitch stopped them, which I was like,
I
good
know
for him.
that as a bit of Haymitch, because she, in the haze of everything happening, she remembered Haymitch was yelling. So that's probably what he was yelling about. And that's just so crazy. And it makes you wonder, like, did they do that to him? Did he have personal experience? Did they do it to people like Finnick, who's like regarded as extremely beautiful? Like, what did they do to people? So it's so haunting, that whole scene. And
I'm like, we really don't see any of this in the movie.
we don't.
Like, do we see anything from like this part of the book, like post interview or like?
We saw very quick flashes of them talking to Caesar Flickerman, and then Haymitch talking to her, saying that this is really dangerous. Like, you don't understand. Like, what you did is an act of rebellion. It's going to be crazy from here. And then we saw the game maker eat the berries. Well, get stuck with the berries.
Right. I need to rewatch it.
The hovercraft moment. No. Oh, and then we get like PETA and her getting back to District 12. And I think there was like a scene like what we had in the book where he realizes she kind of faked it a little bit.
Yes.
And he's upset, which I get why he's upset, but also he handles it like a mature person. So.
Unlike Gale.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly right. And he loses his leg, and they deleted that from the movie.
I hate that.
I hate that too. Because it also takes away, like, because even Katniss, like, her ear gets, like,
deafened.
Which I feel like they touch a bit more on in the movie. Like, there's, like, that ringing, but, like, it's never brought up again. But, like, you can imagine that it would affect her hearing, I guess. But, like, we don't really hear about his leg past.
And then also, in addition, she didn't know that happened until the Caesar Flickerman interview. They were like, "Oh, you didn't know?" And she's like,
"Right.
You guys are using that PETA lost his leg for entertainment?"
It's crazy. It's sick. And he only, like, lived because she did that tourniquet on him. So he would have bled out. And it's so sad for him because he just like healed his leg and then he got bit. His leg was bleeding out. So I would have been so mad. Still lost the leg. And it would have been interesting because, I don't know, he had to go through another games and no leg.
Right. And like in the water, like surely that, I don't remember from the book, but like surely that was an issue.
I know. I don't feel
could have been an issue.
I don't even remember if it was touched on much.
I can't remember either.
Well, if the Capitol can dye their skins, maybe they can make a leg like a
waterproof.
Like that can waterproof.
Yeah.
Fair. You're probably right.
Imagine that Capitol people are weird. I just.
Okay, well, honestly, I think we made it through my notes, mostly.
Really? That's crazy.
Well, I had
5 pages of notes.
I had some quotes, but, like, we went over the points of the quotes, mostly. Oh.
Sorry. Oh, no, is it another sad point?
No, it was, like, a quote from PETA where he's like, she has no idea the effect she can have. And she really got no idea, like, how powerful she is. And he gave her so much of proof that he was in love with her, and she constantly was just like, no, this is all a game. This doesn't mean anything. So in the future, when she can finally fully trust him when they're out of the games, that's when I feel like she truly can blossom with this man, because how do you trust when he could like cut your throat? Moment.
This book is so
Another line where she said PETA was never a danger, and then she smiled and she literally lifted her face so the cameras would hopefully get it and see the smile.
I saw. I love that.
I was
So
like,
good.
I'm gonna cry. I don't know if I listened to it.
Like,
was that from the movie?
I don't know.
Or is it like one of those songs like The Fault in Our Stars by Troye Sivan, where it's like a fan song?
We'll have to look it up, because like that seems pretty on the nose.
I feel like it's like a
Oh.
Troye Sivan situation.
Since we're speaking about kind of Girl on Fire and movie changes, I will say I do like that in the movie they say Katniss Everdeen the girl on fire rather than the girl who was on fire, because I'm like,
He
that's
does say the
too
girl
long.
on fire, I think, once in the
Eventually.
book.
Yeah,
But he mainly does say the girl who was on fire. I'm like, that's too wordy, my
That's a
dude.
mouthful.
It is a mouthful. Yeah, so it is like a Troye Sivan situation, fan song.
Well, we need to listen to that.
What about, do
that.
you guys remember the parody on TikTok?
What?
Like the song
What?
TikTok, not on the app TikTok, my bad. Kesha
Oh.
TikTok.
Oh.
That was for
The
the
computer-
Hunger Games.
Oh, for the Hunger Games.
Oh, because TikTok.
Yeah.
Did I just area?
That was so okay. You guys don't remember that?
I don't know.
There was a parody for TikTok by Kesha.
Well, apparently I need to see this.
Oh my god, this was
I
like,
do remember the whole music video where people would dress up as Hunger Games and they did a music video.
Interesting.
And then also the fan
Yeah.
films.
The fan films, yeah.
Like those fan films, they filled my heart.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I love that when it was announced that it was Haymitch's book. I thought it was the song, and I was like,
sorry, that's way fair.
On TV, I'm a champion, but I keep the cash from my family. President Snow wants to quell us in a fight to the death. We'll be crimsoner than the roses and blood on his breath. I'm talking going to the Capitol again. He wants us to make friends, not liking how it's in the ends. What Chris and Pete are thinking?
That does not sound familiar to me, but like,
It's real.
It's real. Real or not
Well,
real?
I
Real.
didn't-
Oh, don't do that. Don't do that.
I loved also that when it was announced that it was Haymitch's book, people were like, "Guys, he's defrosting," and it's like a screenshot of the fan-made Haymitch film.
Oh my gosh. I did rewatch that fan film, and it is real good. And I'm curious to see how it will be different, because they said her editor was like, everything that we know about his games is not really what you think it is. And I'm like, what does that mean? Because we saw the footage through Katniss's perspective. Like, we saw what happened, but like,
Yeah, but that's also like the footage of the game, like of the games, and we all know how warped they are.
True.
So
right. It's like a reality. It is a reality show.
yeah,
So
that is interesting, because I wonder how much of a lag there is. If like it's live, but do they try to lag it a little bit so if something weird happens, they can cover it up a little bit? I don't know.
well,
Or-
I think Katniss makes a joke about it where she's like, "Oh, they're probably not showing me right now because I'm just walking or something
well,
like
it's probably
that."
like hockey or like sports where like they like control what cameras are being shown.
Mm-hmm.
Probably like that. So if they like see something boring, switch. If they see something exciting, I'll go to that camera. That kind of vibe. And then maybe for like reruns, they like edit it further if something bad happens.
Yeah, because I remember that there was an editor for the like Katniss and PETA had to watch like the like edit that they made for like 15 minutes of Katniss the cat.
So cute.
He
The
hates me.
irony of Katniss the cat. I love it.
I know, right? Telling Kit how her personality is kind of what Katniss would be because she's so independent and no one's telling her what to do. Like, I held her for 2 seconds and she was not having it. Oh, he just brought her food for her. How cute. Katniss the cat. But she is powerful and she rules this house. And that's what Katniss would do. So, despite her not loving cats, she came around in the end. Not to discuss it too deeply, but she came around to cats eventually a little bit. Yes. Well, I think that's all I got. Unless we want theories for the next ones, but
I'm just excited to read Catching Fire because it's, I think, everybody's favorite.
I think so.
So,
Yeah,
least-
I mean, I think I liked Mockingjay more, but that's also I read it once. And
That's
I really liked it.
His favorite.
Well, I also am a person that likes like the ends of trilogies most of the time. So like I think that's why, but I think I liked Catching Fire probably more this time around because I really do like the second movie. So I'm gonna connect it to something.
The Hunger Games was kind of an outlier for me because I too am normally like the last book in a series or the first book in a series because it's like the first book's like nostalgic, oh it's like the beginning of it all, and the last book's like oh it's ending, so it's like emotional. But for the Hunger Games, I'm the second book all the way.
Yeah.
Well, I think they developed a lot of the interesting concepts of the world in the second one too.
Yeah. Plus we get like more characters like Finnick and Joanna and like all of them, which really like fleshes it out. And then like depressing shit just happens in Mockingjay, so it's like,
It really is depressing. It increases the stakes because not only is the actual games itself horrifying, like how are we going to do this? But she mentions at the end of this book, like it's a realization of the rest of her life, like the beginning of the Hunger Games is actually now. Because the danger of me just existing and trying to conform to this world is going to be harder than what she just did.
Like I'm wondering for Foxface what her life was like back home. Like if she also didn't really have much to go back to. Because I could totally like low key see the appeal of just like, because like what do you have to go back to? A life stuck in the same loop of like you're never escaping the Hunger Games. Like that's your fate. It's either die in the games or like never escape. So like if she didn't have much to go back to, like PETA, then like that kind of adds to that theory.
That's so sad.
I would like. Okay, I don't know if I want confirmation from Suzanne Collins on that because it is kind of fun to just like theorize on things. But I would also just love to know.
Suzanne Collins should do like one thing for every like 10 years where it's like Willy Wonka. Sorry, Brittany. Where she invites like
Willy
5
Wonka.
people into her cabin in the woods and we get to ask her questions.
I would kill to ask this woman questions.
Like a secret sessions with Taylor Swift to just get invited to her house.
I mean, I think a part of the fun is the mystery, as we've said, but there's just things I would just die to know. Like, does she have notebooks? Not to mention the beast, J.K. Rowling, but like she had everything like planned. Like, does she have it figured out?
I'm sure she has to, because things were mentioned in the Hunger Games that then came about in the Ballad, right? So like,
yeah,
it must have been to some extent like all the world building. I don't think it was necessarily planned for like to have more books, but like, or like just the idea that she would maybe write more books. But I think in order to like understand the world that she was creating, she would have had to like have extensive world building done, you know, to know everything.
I just thought of another thing about the new book, we're gonna get to see like middle-aged President Snow. And so now we have like his beginnings of evil, his middle, and then we have his end.
Wait, do we think Tom Blythe is gonna?
No, here's
He's
my
not?
thing. Here's what I
'Cause they
think.
could age him up.
The son of Donald.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
who I think
right.
they should put.
Yeah, he looks like
Yeah.
him like a lot. So
And he's also around the age that I think President Snow's supposed to be. I remember someone coming out and like someone figured it out or something.
he'd be like 50s or something. So
and I think he is 50s.
and maybe to
he's an
honor his
actor.
father, his recent lost father, maybe he could do this for the family.
This year is going to be so exciting because we have the new book coming out, but then because the movie's coming out next year, assumingly we're going to be getting all the casting stuff and like
Oh, it's
so
gonna
many
be so
things.
good.
so many things.
Wait, do we know who's directing it?
It's probably the same guy.
Yeah.
We've only had Bob Ross, not Bob Ross. Who was the
Gary
guy who
Ross?
did the first movie? It was definitely not Bob Ross.
You mean Gary Ross?
Gary Ross. Yeah, he's the only
God, Bob Ross directed the
That's crazy. Happy little accidents. He loves his trees. Oh,
He loves his shaky cam.
Yes, I agree. I feel like maybe he's busy. But he's also an actor. Like, please.
they gotta
Yeah.
do something.
He
'Cause it's
also has
either-
played like good villain characters. He can do it.
Because like your options, I feel like you can't go out of both of them. Like you have to do either him or Tom Blythe, but just age him up, like put makeup on him. But like, I feel like it'd be best to be more authentic and have an actual older person than like aging up Tom Blythe.
Yeah, because it's really weird if they don't do it right.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what's on Tom Blythe's roster right now. I know right now he's filming People We Meet on Vacation, but I don't know what he's got lined up like after that.
Yeah.
Which, side note, I'm so excited for that movie.
Because they would have to
Hit.
film it this year for it to come out next year.
So, like, we're going to get casting, I presume, probably around the same time that the book comes out. I'm assuming they're going to want all of that. Like,
Well, didn't the announcement for the movie come out the same day as the book announcement, correct?
Yeah.
Or like
this
a
one,
day
yeah.
after?
It was the same day. They just did it a couple hours later.
yeah.
So
Whereas, like, with Ballad, it was, like, we found out, like, a little while after that, like, they're making a movie, and then, like, all of that, like, it came out, like, 2 years after or something, after the book came out. So, like, this is one
Yeah,
like, speedy,
Susan
quick.
Collins was like, hey guys, just to
I'm
let you
ready.
know,
Well,
I'm
'cause,
writing
like,
another one.
well, you know, Frances Lawrence did say, like, if she writes something, I'm making it. If, like,
yeah.
you know, I'm not making something if she doesn't write it.
Yeah.
That I do respect.
Yeah. Because some people are just fully for the money and they would like create. Because I saw stuff about Dune. The director doesn't want to do anything past Dune Messiah and they're trying to make more. And I'm like, no.
Well, 'cause,
yeah,
like, there's some of, like, my dad's horror movies. I can't remember if it was Chucky or, like, Friday the 13th. There was one of the franchises where, like, he did not want to write anymore. And they're like, well, we're going to make it with or without you. So, like, do you want to get paid or not?
Oh my
I
God.
think that seems like
Chucky?
Friday.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, probably.
Yeah, because Chucky.
Oh, yeah, I
the
think
guy
it was. I think it
came,
was
Chucky,
Friday.
The guy came back.
Yeah.
So-
I think it was Friday because they were like, can I kill him? Like, this is our last movie, right? And they're like, yeah, last movie, you can totally just like kill him. And then they were like, oh, this made money, we're gonna make another one. He's like, but I killed him. And they're like, okay, but like bring him back. Like, we're making another movie with or without you. So
They just be doing that.
yeah, and yeah, my dad still wants another one, and I'm like, I get it. You want 13 movies, but like,
That's crazy.
it's not
It's
necessary.
actually kind of iconic. Not gonna
I
lie.
know.
Yeah,
that,
but, like,
that would be the final one, I feel like. You can't do more.
But I feel like it wouldn't, and then it would just be all for nothing. because they would make it and then it would do well and then they would want to make another one and it's like, but that just like ruins the point. And then you can't go back to the 13.
No, you can't.
They're just greedy. The horror movie people. It's
They
crazy. They don't know when to stop. They're like, money.
Do we think she cooking up more? Cooking up more Hunger Games stories? You don't?
I don't know. I didn't
Especially
think
with-
so after Ballad.
I know, that's how I
Like-
feel. So I'm like, I thought she was gone again for at least 10 years.
Like after Ballad, I thought that was it. I was like, there's no way she's gonna dip again. But like now I'm like, anything could happen. Like, I don't know. This woman's crazy.
Yeah, she can announce the book like in the back of Reaping and just be like,
That'd be crazy.
Fiddico Dare coming 2026.
Well, there's gonna be an interview in the Barnes and Noble edition, and it better be a freaking new one, you know, because
Oh
there
my
was that 10th anniversary paperback one that they had. But this better be new material, and I hope it's like actually asking about Sunrise on the Reaping stuff, because I feel like there's gonna be a lot of questions that we have.
Can you send me? Because I'm guessing you got the Barnes and Noble edition. for
Oh,
that.
I'm arriving. I'm going to be taking a day off work, and I'm going in the morning to get it because Barnes and Noble pre-orders never show up on time, and I'm not about to do that. So I will
Okay.
be there at opening, and I will send you pictures.
Thank you, please.
What's annoying is like Indigo exclusive editions never tell you what's exclusive about the Indigo edition.
That's annoying because
That's really
it helps you
annoying.
choose which one you want to
Yeah.
buy.
I already bought it, but it's like this Indigo exclusive edition features exclusive bonus content. Okay, but what is this exclusive bonus content? To be fair, it might be the same as Barnes and Noble, and it's just like the Canadian equivalent of it.
It might be.
But I guess I'll find out when I get it because I did already pre-order it. Because honestly, we never put out our things on time, anyways. So
I also realized about myself, I'll probably at midnight buy the ebook. Just because I just can't. Last time I got lucky and found the audiobook at my library like at midnight, so I didn't have to do that. But no, I think I'll be buying that full priced ebook, which really hurts. But you know, I'll be happy to have it. And I'll probably stay up super late because I'll have the next day off and then I'll go get the book. And you said it was like 400 pages. That's definitely
it's
a book
doable.
that will be read in one day, I feel. So, oh,
A mini poster.
mini poster. I didn't know about that.
That's depressing. You would have loved a mini poster.
I probably would have felt bad about buying it because I had a Barnes & Noble pre-order. And then I ordered a pre-order from Amazon as well because that actually shows up on time. Unfortunately, it just does. And then I had the British version sent to me as well. And I still want to buy a paperback. I want to buy the movie edition and the regular paperback because I have like all of them.
Yeah.
Up
I got-
there
I got sent the movie tie-in a Ballad when I was
That's so
sent this.
cool. I love that.
I was actually sent two. I gave one to Rochelle, and then I kept the other one.
The 10th Hunger Games.
I feel like that would look cool.
Yeah, I'm sure we could actually, if someone sold it used or whatever, they probably would have took the poster
I
out of
mean,
it. So.
You can check Pango Books or something. I got a book from Half Price once that came with the art prints from like a book box. That was appreciated.
I love when you do that and it's signed and you're like, oh my god.
Special.
Oh, is that? I feel like
That's
isn't
the
that
guy who did Snow.
Yeah, I feel like they would do someone different though, so that it sounds
I feel like they should
different.
do someone different because I don't
It's a
know.
different
the
character.
original?
Oh, surely it was a girl.
Yeah, let me see what their name was. Carolyn McCormick.
I don't know why that made me laugh.
3 different. There was also a special edition audiobook in 2018 by Tatiana Maslany.
Oh, she's an actress.
Oh.
She's She's an Orphan Black, and she was She-Hulk.
Was that the same actress who was Clove?
No,
Oh, okay.
no,
No, that's the.
I
Oh
know-
no, I'm thinking of the Orphan. Just
Yeah, you're
full
thinking
stop
of
the
that.
I
Orphan.
but I
don't know
know.
the Orphan.
I was just full stop thinking of the Orphan.
I like that movie.
I haven't watched it in a long time. What was I gonna say?
I don't know.
Oh, I listened to an audiobook of The Wizard of Oz recently, and it was randomly narrated by Brooke Shields.
Oh, okay.
Brooke Shields to do the sun.
Like, where did this come from? What is her connection to The Wizard of Oz that she is narrating the audiobook? It's
I
really
think there's
funny.
like an Andrew Garfield of 1984 as well, which that seems random.
Yeah,
You know what?
Yeah,
I would
no.
listen to it though just for his voice.
I know.
no. I think
They
I
knew
think
what they
my
were doing.
boyfriend did listen to the 1984 Andrew Garfield.
Was it good?
I don't know.
Honestly, I don't like that book that much. I feel like unpopular
It was
opinion.
Big Brother. He was Big Brother.
I never read it.
Oh,
Oh, he was the main character, and then who's the love interest? Was it?
I don't remember.
Brooke Shields.
Okay, thank you. He only marketed
Let me
Andrew
Google it.
Garfield for it.
Brooke Shields just is the audiobook.
Cynthia Erivo played his love interest.
Oh, really?
You know what? I'm going
You're
through
so
my
random.
Wicked obsession at the moment.
Me too. I got the
I was
Funko
gonna-
Pop. Sorry.
I want to buy the soundtrack, but I'm waiting for it to come back in stock at Indigo because I get a discount on it. So I'm like,
Yeah.
and we have like the green and pink split pressing, and
I love
I need
that.
it.
I know. I'm tempted to. I love when they're like pretty colors. So
Yeah, I just got the soundtrack for 10 Things I Hate About You. It's on my player right now, and it is hot pink. It is stunning.
I love that.
It's hot pink.
Beautiful.
I've been on a vinyl kick recently. We need to cut me off from my credit card.
It sucks when you have a hobby that's like super expensive. And I just got a Nintendo Switch.
I saw Caden's post.
I did.
Oh
also.
yeah, I was playing. I got that game called Stray when you're a cat.
Oh yeah.
I'm loving that, but I keep dying. The robots are killing me. And also I've been playing Overcooked multiplayer. Like you cook on some shit. It's crazy. But yeah, games are expensive. So
Is it your same account as it was like in 2020? Or
yes,
during
I've
the
been seeing
reset?
we're still friends on it because I had the yellow like Switch Lite, but I really wanted to upgrade because my sister upgraded and I was jealous. So I got like the older, like the original edition.
That you can like hook up to the TV and stuff.
Yeah, it was cheaper.
That's why.
There's like a newer one that has like a slightly bigger screen. But I was like, let's get the one that's like original, so it's like a little bit cheaper. But I enjoy it connecting to the TV quite a lot.
I do too, but
It's
I
a
don't
game.
have that. I have the light
What color?
blue.
Oh, I got yellow.
I don't got one. I got a pink DS.
Oh my god!
I
my
had a pink DS too.
It's in my nightstand drawer.
Oh my god! I had the red and black one, and then I had the blue Game Boy. It was such a time.
I can't reach it, but it's here.
The Mario Edition Switch. I'm assuming that's red. That's right.
Yeah. Well, it says red.
Oh. I can't read. I'm sorry.
Oh my god, that was funny.
My sister had the pink DS, but she like played the crap out of it that the screen had like no tension anymore, so it would just flop.
Oh no,
Like it would just flop it back and forth.
that's not
Not
good.
And she kept playing it too.
Well, yeah.
And then I had the purple PSP that was the Hannah Montana exclusive. And it had Hannah Montana episodes on it.
That just aged us real bad.
Mm-hmm.
PSP. I never had one, but my cousin did.
Me and my sister shared it, and honestly, it wasn't that great from my memory, but I also suck at video games.
I had the Game Boy and the Game Boy Color. I had those. I got the Game Boy Color over here too, I think.
Oh my god. The memories. I'm only good at like the cozy games. Like I can't just be shooting a zombie.
No. I like Nintendogs and like Cooking
Yeah.
Mama.
I love Cooking Mama.
And like I always had like for the DS the like Imagine games. So like Imagine Reporter. Kid's face right now is just hilarious.
What?
I could tell you were like zoned out, but it looked like you were judging me parkour. You're like, imagine. Ew.
Imagine what?
The DS games, like Imagine Reporter, Imagine Teacher, Imagine.
So you would pretend to be like a teacher or a reporter.
Yeah. Yeah. It was lame. I also like played like the baby games where like you had a baby to take care of. And when they got to a certain age, they just like went away. Like you had to get a new baby to play with. And I sobbed.
Okay, well,
Because I don't know, but I had an emotional connection to my baby Maddie, and they took her away from me, and I sobbed, and nobody understood, and I was like, they took my child away.
Oh my god.
I'm like, I raised this child.
Did you keep playing or get rid of it?
Oh, no, I kept playing. I got different babies, but it never hit the same. I was never as invested.
Maddie was the first one.
Yeah, I was never as invested.
Yeah, I like the Nintendogs.
Mm-hmm.
Scratching them. I don't even remember what we had to do in that game.
I
have
like
to,
to play like the disc competitions, but I swear to God that shit is rigged, okay? Because I can never get past the final round. My dog will go above and beyond on the like penultimate round, right? They will like exceed what you're supposed to get. We get to the final round and they miss every single one, and I'm like, there's no fucking way. My dog is a pro. I'm doing everything the same.
You know your dog.
You just don't want me to finish. And they also like change the goalpost every single time. Like sometimes it'll be like you need 27 points. The next time you need 48 points. And I'm like, why is this not like a static number? Why does it change every single time I play?
They're out to get you.
They truly, truly are.
Okay, but you should get a Switch and we can play games.
Not me. I'm not a gamer.
Okay, someone said Hunger Games video game, and I was thinking about this today.
Me too. I was thinking about it earlier, and then I was like, that feels a little weird, because would you just be killing people? I'm like, that seems unnecessary.
Well, I was thinking like it would be just an adaptation of Katniss.
Yeah.
Like I think it would be interesting if like the starting point is like her in town, and then you shoot a few animals, and then freaking Gale comes in, and you're like, ugh.
Could you shoot Gale? Is there like a hack where like a cheat where you like pretend that he's an animal and just shoot him?
Oh my god, you violent.
I just hate Gale.
It's Gale.
Only for fictional characters, okay? I'm not like this in real life. I'm a little tame bunny.
It would be cool, I think. I don't know if she'd ever really be down for that. Apparently there was a mobile game. I don't remember that.
Me either.
Oh, you played at Katniss and explored district.
Yeah, I feel like it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, that'd be good.
There is an idea here. If they pitched it right, maybe she would say yes.
We should just develop it.
We should. I can do it. Somehow.
Some way.
Never tried to make a video game, but we'll just
How
do
hard
it.
could it be?
Yeah.
We'll make it right after this. We'll release it tomorrow.
We'll release it at least by the time the next book comes out. Oh, there's another one. Oh.
There's more.
That's crazy. Damn. Wow.
Well, I was like a broke child when all of the cool merch was coming out, so that's why I never
Yeah.
had anything. And then I'm collecting things now. Yeah, there was a game called The Hunger Games Adventures.
Mm-hmm.
Players could explore the Hunger Games universe with characters like Katniss, Peeta, and Gale and collect virtual items. Oh,
Oh,
no longer available as of December 2020.
Uh-oh.
Then there was the Hunger Games Catching Fire Panem Run. This endless runner game was released in 2013 to coincide with the release of the Catching Fire movie. Players ran through the districts of Panem collecting resources and sparks to empower their district.
why do I feel like I played that?
And then there's another
Probably
one, The Hunger Games Panem Rising. This game was developed and it's for iOS and Android. It was the official mobile game for the Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 1. So, it
Where
was.
the hell were we?
I don't know. Apparently, I
I
was
knew
not gaming.
Hunger Games not Padme. Wrong.
Padme. Wrong franchise there.
I know.
Jeez.
Oh my god, wait. I did play this game. I did play the Panem one.
Dang, I just did not even know that existed. That's probably the only reason why I didn't play it.
I don't know why I played it or how I figured it out, but I played it because I recognize the environment.
This feels like I missed out, but also none of these were to what we were dreaming of. So we need to make our game a thing.
Yeah.
Like, if she said yes to those, maybe.
I did not play any of these.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Where the hell was I?
I don't know.
Damn. Wild.
Missed a time to be alive.
Did the Hunger Games fandom during when did the first movie come out? 2012?
I think so.
Yeah. Because
Many
I
years-
was 12.
Yeah, I was 11.
And I think I was also 11.
We were
Dang.
babies.
You would have been 10, no?
Oh.
Yeah, were you born 2002 or 2001?
No, 2002.
Mm-hmm.
I
So
know
you-
at some point me and Peyton for like only a few months are like the
Well,
same age.
I know. Yeah. We'll
Well,
be the
Hunger-
same for a second.
The Hunger Games was March 2012.
Okay.
Okay. You're February.
Oh, so I guess I was
So
technically.
you were 11, right?
So I was 11.
Yeah.
All right. I don't know why my brain.
Really?
No.
It's okay.
Wait, I was also 11 then.
Wait, oh my god.
This
That's-
is not.
Or wait, or did I just turn 10?
No, you just
never
turned 10.
know.
No, you just turned 10.
Because I'm a
Peyton
year
would-
behind
It's
you.
too
Yeah.
much.
Peyton would almost be 11, and I would almost be 12. Wow, this should not
So
have
we
taken
were
that
both
much brain
10.
power.
We were both 10 at the same time, and you were 11.
This is what happens.
How am I the
Yeah.
oldest?
You are the oldest.
You know what? I feel like a dinosaur at work sometimes because everybody.
You were
when I-
11, about to turn 12.
Yeah. But like when I'm at work, I'm like, how old are you? And they're like, oh, I'm 22, and I'm like, I'm not. Or
I
like,
keep
they're like, I'm
forgetting my age.
19, and I'm like, I'm definitely not 19. Or like, oh my god, I just graduated high school. I'm like, what do you mean? What did I become the old one? I used to be the youngest one.
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean I'm turning 25?
I know Katie's about to turn 25 in February, and that is like such a crisis, you know?
Can me and him have a crisis together? Because what do you mean I'm turning 25?
It is such a number to hit, because I'm going to turn 24 in June. So I still got a little bit of time.
I still feel 19 because of the pandemic.
Mm-hmm. No, I still feel like a child. You fully moved out and everything. I'm like, I'm 23? Like, someone will ask me and I'll be like, I'm 22. And I'm like, wait, I'm sorry. I'm 23.
Right, like saying 24 feels fake, and I can only imagine saying 25 is going to feel even more fake. And every year after that is like, I'm not that old.
My sister is 27. Like, she is getting close.
My sibling too.
Oh my god, our siblings are the same age.
Yeah.
I don't want to think about that. Because then I think about all these people accomplished so much. Like, wasn't Jennifer Lawrence 21 in this movie? Like,
Yeah, I think so. Or
they've
like,
accomplished so much, and we're like, it makes me have a mental crisis sometimes.
It's like Taylor Swift too. Whenever someone says like, "Oh, she was this age when she came out with this album," I'm like, "What do you mean?"
Oh, like how did they do this at such a young age? I'm just trying to get my life together.
Like, Taylor was like doing 1989
Yeah.
because Red was 22. 21, 22. That's crazy. I don't like that.
And she had the iconic Hunger Games song. I love that song.
Hmm.
Olivia Rodrigo for the Hunger Games song. Safe and Sound.
Oh yeah, I didn't know what we were talking about for a second.
who says 22 is the Hunger Games song?
Oh no, that's not what I meant.
I didn't know if you were still on Taylor Swift or not. I didn't know if you
sorry.
changed the topic.
No, it's the same because she wrote Safe and Sound.
Yeah.
I love that song.
How old was she?
When she
Taylor?
did Safe and Sound.
Yeah.
I think that was during the Red era. So it was 2012.
Oh. Why did I Google how old was she? Like, who's she?
Google will know. Okay, it's powered by AI now. It knows everything.
Yeah.
He'll just read your mind.
Wait, can I still download this game? There's a sketchy download of the game. I don't know if I need to do that, but
Oh my god.
for Android, I don't have an Android.
I
But
do.
Does
Wait, is it on
Brittany
like
can
the app?
download it.
Is it on the App Store?
I found it on a sketchy website.
Oh, I'm not doing that
It
shit.
says-
Hunger Games ringtones.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, I have a Mockingjay whistle.
I used to, I think, at one point.
I think I was stupid to know how to do that.
My ringtone was Baymax going Ballad, until I got this new phone, and then for some reason it didn't like transfer over, and I've been too lazy, and I don't have my ringer. Oops, I don't have my ringer on ever anyway. So
I love Baymax. I think I have him.
oh my god,
With balloons.
cutie patootie. Oh my god,
Okay.
I'm fading. And it's
Yeah.
much later for you guys.
I think we did it. We did a pretty good discussion. We went through like all of my points. So now we
Good
have
book.
to next month. Be sure to join us. Read
Well,
Catching Fire.
This month.
You're right. This month. Sorry. We did this
Forgot
live
it's
show a
January.
little late. So at the end of January, which is this month, okay, we are going to do a live show. Thank you, Mockingjay YouTube. We appreciate you. Got off to a rocky start, but we turned it around, so we're good. But yes, read Catching Fire with us. It's like most people's favorite book. I'm sure we all have a lot to say. Oh my god, thank you so much. You too. And I'm really excited because I just haven't reread that one since 2020 as well. So that's like a really big gap. rewatch that movie frequently, but there's a lot that they did not put in the movie. Despite the movie being like pretty perfect in my opinion, there's some things that are missing. So I'm really excited to hear what y'all think about it. And I'm excited for Kaden to read it for the first time because I don't know. I feel like this book is pretty spot on. Like most of it made it in there. But Catching Fire, there's that huge gap where it just didn't. So super excited. And thank you for joining and chatting with us. Yes. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.